Hi everyone, my name's Kat and I welcome you to Kat's Creations, where tonight we are going to be making what's basically on the door. This is called a spring floral. Sometimes it's referred to as a vintage bohemian floral wreath. So I'll show you up close what we're making. So this is a new technique. So sometimes people use old embroidery hoops, but a lot of the retail stores, the craft retail stores, are started carrying these, which are called floral hoops. So I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. So it's going to be super simple, but at least you can add this to your design portfolio, that when you see these, you'll now know where to go to get it and also how to make it. So this is what we are making tonight. I'm going to leave that up there. It's not going to be exactly like that, but it'll be similar to it. So let me get over the housekeeping stuff. So if you like this design and you want to replicate it once you go and get all the stuff, make sure you click the share button. That will share this tutorial to your Facebook page, where hopefully it'll be easier for you to find rather than looking on my Facebook page. If you want to be notified when we go live, please make sure you click the like and follow button. Rumor has it the like button might be going away soon. What's up? Okay. I always look at Steve when he starts giving me like this weird face, like audio's not good, video's not good, what? So make sure you like and follow, and then once you've done both of those, you'll be able to go to the notification setting in your Facebook page, which is the three dots in the upper right hand corner. You'll be able to go to the notifications, and instead of clicking, it's like set to default, change that to highlights, and then you should get anything new that we drop into the Facebook newsfeed, which is like a live video. If you're new, let us know. We'd like to welcome you. A lot of times you can find fellow creatives through a Facebook Live that you get to meet by doing that. And so by letting people know, a lot of times they'll message you or reply to your comment and say, oh, hey, I'm from this area as well. So let us know. We'd like to welcome you. Also, these are the final days up until I think Sunday. Sunday is the last day to get in on the Kat's Creations private group for $17 a month. Prices are going to go up as of Monday. So if you're interested, if you've been kind of like not so sure whether or not you want to jump in, I would encourage you to do so. What that does for you is it locks in your rate for as long as you remain a current member. So you'll get 4 additional design tutorials, 4 additional business classes, the entire library from 2018 to current, all the materials list for the public and private lives, discounts from all of our vendors, and so much more. And then if you are interested in the Wreath of the Month group, we are just rolling that out, and our first one's going to be in February. So if you're interested in like getting a kit and then sitting down in like a virtual classroom and going through the entire kit and assembling it, something like that, that might interest you, is the Wreath of the Month Club. It's $10 to join, and that gives you that tutorial that we'll be doing together live, that you can take with you when you don't want to be part of the group anymore. That live link is yours to keep and refer to as often as you'd like to. If you're interested in any of those, just go to KatsCreationsNMore.com and you'll be able to, and Steve's pinned it at the very bottom. For the private group, the monthly is going to be at the very bottom once you get to the website. If you want to take advantage of the yearly rate, there's a yearly rate. That's going to change too as of Monday. Right now, it's buy 10 months and get 2 months free. So you can see both links there. Wreath of the Month group, you'll want to go to the Kat's Creations Wreath of the Month page, and then on there we'll give you all the details about how to sign up for the group, and then information pertaining to the kits that you can purchase. And we're trying to do those 2 or 3 months out in advance so that the designs are relevant that if you wanted to take that, list it on your Etsy shop and sell it, that's totally and completely up to you. I think I covered all that. Okay.
Welcome, gals. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So what we're going to be using is wanted to just double check the size on this. This is a 14-inch silver floral hoop. Michaels has these in silver and gold. You can spray paint them if you want something like a rose gold or something a little bit different. But I'm going to take advantage of the silver color. And then what you're going to need, and this is where you have to be cautious because you can go crazy on florals and spend a ton of money on the florals, and then if you try to recoup your costs, it might be more than what people are willing to pay because people don't realize how expensive florals are. Did you have a question? Okay. So what we're going to be using is I'm going to be doing these blush, and it's kind of like a magenta on the inside peonies. I want to say I either got these at Sims Pottery, which is a wholesaler online, and it came as a big pick, so I just broke down a couple pieces that I'm going to use in this design. So the peonies are going to be the focal, and then you're looking for like a focal flower if you want, and then I look for what's called medium florals. So we're going to use the Ranunculus. This is that color that's a little bit on the inside of the peonies, and then we have the cream. These also, I want to say, I think these came from Amazon, believe it or not. So I'm trying to order from different places to see what the quality of some of the florals are. And then we're going to use, thinking about it, eucalyptus. So eucalyptus from Hobby Lobby. Through tomorrow, their florals are all 50% off. So think buy one, get one free. So this is where I'll stock up on florals like eucalyptus, ficus, greenery, florals if they have it. And then we're going to be incorporating these meadow flowers. And these came from Sims Pottery as well. So we're going to be incorporating those with the peonies. And then if we need to, here's some more eucalyptus fillers, again from Sims Pottery. So that's pretty much all I'm going to be incorporating is these. And so what you want to do, all you'll need is your floral hoop, and I believe Michaels carries them in a 10, a 14, and either an 18 or 20 inch. And the 18 or 20 inch just looked way too big. I mean, it would take up about half the door. So I kind of like the idea of making them small. This would be a great Mother's Day gift, anniversary gift, wedding gift. You know, even if somebody has artificial florals in their wedding, you could take their wedding florals and then put them in a nice hoop wreath, and then they can have that as a lasting legacy wreath. Did you have something? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to break down your greenery. So this is the eucalyptus from Hobby Lobby. So all I'm going to do is break these into their individual pieces. Okay. Set that aside. Do the same. Now the one that I did behind me, I only used one set of the eucalyptus. This one I'm going to do two. I'm going to make it a little larger. There we go. Just put these right here. And then what you're going to do before you attach anything to the hoop is you're going to lay things out. This way it kind of gives you an idea of roughly what it's going to look like. And I'm going to bend my eucalyptus so that it kind of follows the path of the hoop. Because if we left it straight, you know, this is what you're going to get. It has a very, I don't know.
Rigid?
Yeah, thank you. Rigid feel. So just bending these, the nice thing about this eucalyptus is it does go. It's wired all the way to the edge. So I'm going to do these and just lay everything out. So I'm using the little bit larger tips. You have to decide how far up you want to go on your wreath. I'll use this one down here. Use this piece over here. And then we have all these little filler pieces. So we can come back in, maybe add some off to the side.
I went ahead and zoomed in for a little bit.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just looking at, you know, do I want some pieces kind of going off to the side? Maybe have some kind of coming off towards the bottom, like this, kind of like this. So you're just basically laying out a pattern. And then these little pieces, just hang on to them because you'll find a way to incorporate those into your design. You'll actually add them by gluing them in. And my peonies, I'm going to, depends if you want them to lay sideways. Do you want your peonies to lay face up so that you can see them? You're just laying everything out on a grade. And I want mine, like those ones are kind of more facing sideways.
Down, yeah.
So these ones are going to be more along the lines of facing up. And I want them fairly close together. I need to bend this one a little bit more, like that. And then I'm going to use the little pieces of the balloons that haven't quite opened. And this is going to kind of go in the middle. I think I wanted the pink one in the middle. I'm going to put the cream one at the bottom. So all this is doing is giving you a roadmap of what it's going to look like. Okay. These I'm going to set over here.
Edna says, love the peonies.
I love peonies. They're like my new favorite flower. So it's weird because sometimes you can look at ranunculus and peonies and think they're exactly the same. But I would say that ranunculus look like rosebuds that somebody just completely chopped right smooth. And then the peonies is kind of like a bowl that slowly opens on the inside. So these stay fairly uniform. So,
Angie said, hi, I'm from Ontario, Canada. Hi, Angie. She said, it's been a while since I've been on here.
oh,
This is
thanks
going
for
to be
joining
beautiful.
us.
And they said, yeah, I love the peonies.
So, and all I'm doing is kind of, you know, laying things out. I like the fact of taking a little bit of the hot pink that's in here, the ranunculus, because it's almost the same shade as what's in the inside.
There's a Debbie Camacho said, hi from Ontario, California, I think.
Yeah, Debbie's
So
in our
welcome.
group.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, and then I'll be cutting these down depending upon how I like them to look. So remember, you're just laying these in grid-like patterns. And then I'm going to take some of this as well. This is going to be a different kind of greenery. So we're going to have, let me find that right, same color. It's right here. It's got the little pink tip on it. And we're going to incorporate that in here. So we'll kind of thicken that up. And then I'm just looking at what else is in this bundle because I like all the colors in here. Like these. So I'm going to take them, move everything up. Like so. And then we can cut these down a bit. And then I kind of will take them and go from big, medium, and then very small to the tip. Okay.
Welcome, Marianne. Hi, Kat. First time catching you live from North Carolina.
Oh, thanks for joining us, Marianne.
Keisha said, hi from Trinidad and the Caribbean. Always wanted to learn how to do florals.
Very nice.
I think she was on last week.
I want to say,
Keisha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm just kind of looking to see what else is in this bunch. Because I like all of them because they're kind of meadow flower-esque. So this one, because it's kind of like that floral hoop, you kind of want to match everything in position with the others. So I'm kind of like, do I want to put that in? I like these. I like the pink and white. We'll be adding these down in here. And there should be another pink and white. And there it is.
And Laura, she's always on. She's usually always on Fridays
At 5.
at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah. So let's grab another one out of these. And we'll kind of add this down at the bottom for some texture. Grab the other one. So whatever I'm doing on one side, I'm grabbing and doing it on the other.
Jean, we have quite a few gals in Florida, so maybe there'll be some gals who reach out to you. She said anyone in the Bradenton, Florida area. I don't know where that's at, though.
Yeah, I don't know
We'd like
either.
to be a crafting buddy and may split the cost for craft outlet supplies.
That would be handy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's push. Let's see. Do I want those? I'm not really sure. I like the purples. I like the pinks and the whites. So I'm kind of just adding stuff inside, outside. Let me grab the purple. And then we're going to assemble it, put it all together, and stick it on the wreath. Okay.
Edna, that's a one-piece hoop.
Yeah,
With
it doesn't have a... I know a lot of people think it's an embroidery hoop, but it's not. Okay. Let me grab some white. So let me pull these apart. There they go. So it's always handy to push everything up to the top. We need one for one side. And then one for the other side. So I'm trying to stick to this bunch and not go in and pull anything additional in.
And Jean, you mean at Dollar Tree? Has everyone gone to see all the new Crafters
Florals.
Squares products? Vinyls even? My store has an entire full aisle full of products. So I think you mean Dollar Tree, right, Jean?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm loving this look right now. So it's almost like I'm afraid to take it apart, but you're going to need to do that in order to assemble it. So I'm pretty happy with the materials that I have here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take zip ties, and I'm going to use the 6-inch zip ties are my all-time favorites. Move this off over here. And we're going to be trimming these down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the stuff at the very top, and you're going to put them together in bunches like this. However you like them to look.
Ellen, you'll see in just 1 minute.
What's that?
She's all, how are you holding the flowers to the hoop?
Oh yeah, no, they're just, you lay them out to go, oh, do I like that? Do you want to move anything before you make it permanent? So what I'm doing is making my little bunches. It's weird how some of these, I think it was the way they were built by the manufacturer.
And most of your florals came from Sims Pottery on this one, right?
Sims and Hobby Lobby.
Sims Pottery and Hobby Lobby, yes.
Yeah, so Sims is going to be a wholesaler. So unless you have a wholesale license, you won't be able to order them. But you might be able to find stuff similar in like Hobby Lobby's spring section. Like they have ones that are all put together. So a lot of times just working with those. So you're going to create bunches. So however you have laid them out, you want to pick them up. And you want to put these in bunches because that's how you're going to assemble them.
So Teresa, she said, I hope I signed up the right way. So you'll have to let us know if you signed up for the private group. And Kat, if you did, Kat will see it and she'll reply back. Darlene said, hi, I'm in the Tampa area north of Bradenton. That's good. So Darlene is close. Laura said she lives in Plant City, Florida.
Okay. So these are going to go in a separate bunch. I prefer, sometimes I gravitate towards the smaller ones but just putting them in bunches because this is how they're going to go on. It actually goes together really quick.
And that's a good idea. Some of the girls are saying, like, as you're going, they'll actually take a screenshot.
Yeah,
like when you
I would.
Yeah.
You're using my phone.
Right.
So yes, I do that. But what I'm trying to do is pick these up in the exact order I kind of have them put together. And I'm going to leave the peonies out. Well, except this one. I'm going to move it here. So as you can see, I've made 3 little bunches, and you really want to pull the zip ties tight. Could you take this and zip tie this all together on the floral, like as you're building it? Absolutely. You could wire it on with floral wire, but I'm trying to make everything together in little bunches, and then that way it's easier to put everything together. So just like these.
Sharon said I just went to the website for a few moments. Beautiful wreaths.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Donna. She's from Riverside, so she's also a local.
Yeah, you're not that far from us.
Michelle said, one thing, I'm not comfortable with florals. Just practice.
Yeah, and you know what? Laying them out like this, you're just like, all you're doing is deciding if you like the way that they're all put together. So that's why I'm saying put them together in little bunches like these. And then I'm just picking them up the way that I have them. These ones are kind of laying down funky. We're going to grab these. And that's why cutting them all to about the same length helps. That one's going to go to my bottom one. What else do I have in this bunch? Oh, this. Okay, that's going to go off to the side. And this goes down on the bottom. So sometimes once you have all your packets done, like your little individual pieces, you can see, okay, what did I miss?
So she's just zip tying the little packets together, little bunches together.
Yeah, see, so if I'm taking them and laying them, you can see your design still there. And that's why laying everything out. So I'm going to take this one, the really long one.
Oh, Jean, don't start.
What?
She's all, Steve has done 2 great wreaths, so now you should be able to make a floral wreath. Who agrees?
Yeah, I know.
I think I've made floral wreaths before. Haven't I on a grapevine?
I don't know if you have or not.
Just you and I together, I think I have in the past.
Okay, so now I'm going to grab my peony and put that together in this bundle. I'll probably stick this one in there too. And then remember the 2 that I have, I'm going to have some stuff that I'm going to add to these bundles after they all get situated on the wreath. Okay, see, bundle, bundle, bundle. And then these are my free floaters. Bundle, bundle, and bundle. So now we just have to attach it. So the first thing I do is I'll make sure that all of my stems are somewhat even. Because otherwise you have like super long ones that are getting in the way of the other ones. So we decided, I think I wanted them up this high. Let me move these. This way you guys can see what I'm doing. So I am now, and I take my pipe cleaner, so where I have like the little top, I don't want that anywhere on the back of the wreath. I'm going to move it towards the center. So as I get ready to attach this, and I'll show you, pipe cleaner, not pipe cleaner, zip tie. I'm just going to move some of my leaves down so I'm not squishing them. And now that I can't get the pipe cleaner up, pipe cleaner, zip tie. So you're just going to zip tie it right to the frame. As tight as you can.
And you said I've been wanting to make one of these, and I never would have thought of doing it this way. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're so welcome. I think my daughter sent me this, and she's like, this would be pretty, Mom. You should make this. And I was like, I don't even know how to make that. So we're going to take the next one, and we're going to stack this right on top of the other one. And we're just going to zip tie that to the frame as well. So let me just snip a couple of these off. Try to get them all even. So they're going to go right on top of the others.
And you just zip tie in one on top of the other right to the hoop.
Yep. And I'm kind of bringing my zip tie a little higher than the bunch. So like where I have it zip tied on, I'm going above that bunch and zip tying it to the frame. Always bringing that back up to the top. And then we'll readjust the floral once we get it on. So what I mean is, okay, so like on here, if I was zip tying this to the frame, can you zoom in right there, babe? Mm-hmm. So if I was doing this, I have to go in the same order because I'm not sure it'll be here, but I'm gonna bring my zip tie above my bunched zip tie so that it won't slide down and right off my bunch. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take this bunch and move it right here to the frame. Again, above where I have it zip tied. This is why I prefer these are 6 inches, I think.
Yeah. 6-inch zip ties. You can get white or black.
And we want...
Make sure they're UV rated for outdoor.
And we'll... Okay, so there are those. And remember, I've got to do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and snip off all the extra. And get it down to the same length. So there's that one.
Hi Juanita, welcome. She says, hi, new to your page from Denver.
Welcome, Juanita.
Helen, the material list for this video is only available for the private group.
Yes.
So it will be in the private group.
Ooh. Okay, so.
Man, you're launching stems at me.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Didn't mean to. Okay. So now I'm going to like roughly do the same thing. So I'm going to set this one here. And we're going to kind of eyeball it where it's going to go. And this one will wind up here. So.
Diane said you make stunning wreaths. I learned a lot from you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm looking. I want to make sure that I get these kind of in place. So I think roughly that's where it'll go. So I'll start there and bring them in. Okay. Under, but above where I have it secured. And it was funny because for the longest time I thought, won't they just slide around the hoop? No. They won't. Once you get them all attached, it's really hard for it to swing. If you just had one, yes, it would just swing around the other side. So there's that. We have our
Hi, gals, just joining.
One.
Oh, Helen said thanks. I'm new to the private group. So yeah. So probably tomorrow she'll have the material list up on the private group for this.
I'm looking. Need down a little bit more.
Sharon asked, where do I find the material list in the private group?
This will be in the files section once it's uploaded. You'll see it right when I publish it. There's that. That's the nice thing about this is I can slide them back down into where I need them to go. Like I'm going to need this one to just be right about there. So then I can take this, slide it a little closer, slide that one a little closer. Okay. Then this should sit roughly where I need it to go. I was like, do I have any more that I have out? No. Okay. I think by the time you attach the last one, it gets pretty tight. Okay, now we're going to add some fillers.
Same thing. Kat, love your wreath. I've learned a lot as well.
Oh, thanks. So we're going to take these, slide them in, and now we're going to add some fillers. By fillers, I mean the extra pieces that I have sitting here. So now we are going to, I don't need them super, super long, but this is where you're going to get your glue gun and start gluing pieces in where you want them to go. So we knew we were going to add the small peony blooms to the underside, and these are going to just be glued to the stacks that we've created. So there's one, and then this is where you're going to thicken it up where you want them to go. Get rid of all this stuff, and now we can add some fun filler, because this is gonna, I don't want to jet this all over the floor. Okay, should have brought this over here. Much easier.
Goodness, that florals have come a long way since I was younger.
Right? Okay, now let's come in and add. This is so pretty.
Wow, Angie said, hope it's warmer there for you all. With the wind chill, it's negative 30 Celsius.
Yikes, that's cold.
Wow.
Okay, so now I'm adding like little pieces like this under the bottom, just so that as we're like joining the two peonies together, I am just adding these into the bunch. So
Rhonda, if you went to her link, the KatsCreationsNMore.com, to join the private group, and you're having problems, you can reach out to her later. She can help you after the video.
So let's go here, take some of these off. I'll add some of these. And let's see, I have a couple more of these.
We did get a lot of rain last night and last week.
Not as much, I don't think, as we would have liked.
Yeah, right? Not as much as you guys did up in Modesto. But we did get quite a bit of rain.
Got hammered.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking at places where I want to add some more florals, and I'm just sticking them into the bunches. So like this one is gonna go, thanks. I have a blank spot right here. It's almost like you're joining. Trying to get this one to go under. There we go. So like what I did is I added a piece underneath here so that we have like, as it's kind of cascading around roughly, we can add these different fun fillers. So adding some more purple, and I think I might add another one of these down towards the bottom, like this, to kind of give the illusion that that kind of goes all the way around. So all I'll do is pick this up and then just attach this into the bunch that's already here. So then it gives you, yeah, it's weird how this is like, that's how it came. So it's got like little weird glue fibers on it. But just something like this that just kind of creates movement all the way around. So I will attach that. And they're just getting glued to the bunches.
Maria, Walmart. We got this mat from Walmart, right? Yep.
Yes, Walmart.
24 by 36.
Yes. And so I see that I have like white ranunculus down towards the bottom, so I'm going to pull some up here. So like if we were to just place this, that's a little too long. Let's see. I lift some of the greenery up. Can I get it in there? There's so much in there. Maybe we'll go below. Maybe we'll just have to disassemble.
Or just cut the stem a little bit shorter.
Yeah, like some. These ones are stacked pretty high. So sometimes you just have to make your own. Because you want them where you want them. So we will just do this. And I've been, you guys, if you've watched me for any length of time, you've seen that I'll just make my own picks. If there's no pick that contains what I want. Nice. So we'll add these because I have them here, but they're at the bottom. And I want to see them a little at the top, like they're here, but I want to bring some up here.
Well, ours is very pretty. Can't wait to try it myself.
I think you'll like how easy it is. So.
Angie, I was just out of curiosity, is this something you could add baby's breath to as well?
Yeah.
As long as it's an artificial baby's breath, yes.
Yes. I know. I have my brother asks me all the time. He's like, how come you don't make fresh floral wreaths? I'm like, because if I made them, by the time they got to the customer, yeah, the florals would be pretty much dead. So that's why we do, what do they call it? There's a term for it. It's not artificial, it's preserved, realistic, or something like that. And so that's, in a sense, what we're doing.
The other time you do this is if you're doing it for like some sort of event or a wedding.
Yeah, if I was doing this for a wedding, yeah, where you know you're going to be able to incorporate fresh florals. Yeah, you can do that. So I'm just taking these pieces, because now there's no floral on them. And we'll just add these.
Glean, just reminded everybody, Hobby Lobby 40% off ends February the 28th.
Oh, that's true.
Ended earlier. I thought it ended at the end of this month.
I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I never really went with the 40% off coupon. I always just shopped when the sales were. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted, you know, florals, I'd go when florals were on sale. I never went with the intention on using a coupon with it. So I'm just using all of the pieces. So, and I'm just gluing this in so we have different colors, different textures. I wish I could do it like this. But I can't.
She'll lift it up when she's done.
Yeah, I will. So I'm going to go in with those little pieces of the eucalyptus and just add these right to the stem. There we go. Okay.
Did you already glue in these bottom ones, pieces?
Which ones?
I think you did.
Yeah, I did. I tried to like just keep the stuff that I have right here and just glue as I'm going around those pieces. So
yeah, Jean, that's right. She said Hobby Lobby says they will lower prices when the coupons stop at the end of February.
We'll see.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's us. We'll see. I think some of us have gotten so savvy at knowing, look, we're just going to shop when they have the item that we want on sale.
Yep.
I think, let me look, I might have a few touch-ups to do at the bottom. Let's see, I added this up here. Just for different colors, textures, and then I need to fill in a couple spots like here and here. It just doesn't seem like when you look at it here, it's full, and then in these spots, it's a little bit bare. So, look, we have one left. So we will use those. We'll incorporate these.
Debbie, that's awesome. She said, I'm so making this. My mother-in-law has a dark brown double door, so I'd make two. It'll be beautiful.
Oh, that'll be really pretty.
So I don't think you can show them, like, because the hoop wreath right now it just lays with the florals on the bottom. But if you wanted to put the florals on the side, you'd have to like wire a little loop or something.
Yeah, you'd have to create an extension if you wanted it, like Steve was saying. So if you wanted it to hang like this, you're going to have to create a hanger that stays on here that when it hangs, that's where it stays. Because right now they'll just do this and roll based on gravity.
Right.
But you can change where you want it to be based on what you add. I'm going to finish these up. And then we shall be done. So sometimes it's nice just adding little itty bitty touches. And we'll add a couple of these. Be done. Okay, that's weird. I have a petal glued to this. Okay. Last, I think this is the last floral. Then with the leaves, if you have spaces where it's super dark, you could come in and add a little bit of light greenery just for that nice look. So
She asked if you wanted to add a bow, where would you suggest we put it? Probably right between the two peonies, right?
Yeah, you could. Generally what I find is if I'm looking to incorporate a bow, you could, like Steve says, you could start here. You could add loops that kind of weave in and out of the florals. That would have to be something that you plan ahead of time. And I probably would start the bow and then go in and this.
Start the bow, then build out on the other side.
Start, with the bow part. So let's get that under.
Yeah.
One piece left.
Yeah, Lynn, I'm sure there's all sorts of different ways you could make a little hanger for it.
I think we just said you could do.
I think the best way would just be floral wire and then just tie a loop.
Let's add. I just like adding different colors. Here's the last piece. My whole goal is to not, wow, that's a little too big. Pull that off.
Colleen asked, do you cover the silver frame with ribbon or leave it as is?
I leave it as is because that's the look.
If you wanted to paint it, you could paint it a different color before, like white or
rose gold
or gold.
And they're all saying just use the Rust-Oleum for wear because I guess it's kind of like, let's see. Let's make sure. Let me zip tie one more where my bundles are together, and then we should be good. Okay. So I don't want to lay it down on my florals, but I need to get the two bunches together. Did I miss one? I might have missed one. I hate when that happens. I like got one, but missed the other one. Let me just make sure. Trying to get it through the leaves.
Thank you, Brenda. It's just so beautiful. Always love watching you so fresh for summer.
And it's trying to get them on there as tight as I can. Flip.
Susan, that's good too. Maybe Michael's and Joann's will still accept the Hobby Lobby 40% off coupons.
They won't be manufacturing them anymore.
That's true if they're not, yeah.
So there won't be any for them to accept. And I don't think Hobby Lobby accepted. Did Hobby Lobby ever accept manufacturer's coupons? I'm not sure that they did or not.
Did, yeah.
Let me pull my glue threads off.
Lily said, what is the biggest you would recommend for that frame? Probably what it is, right?
Yeah, I like, and you can see when you go to Michael's, they have all three. So it's small, medium, and large. I chose the medium because if you go large, I think it's probably, it'll be out to here. So it's a little bit larger, but then you're going to spend more in florals to decorate it. Does that make sense? Like you're going to use way more florals depending upon how far up you want to go. So let me throw it this way. And look, I still have these left, and my eucalyptus. So basically I used 2 full eucalyptus stems from Hobby Lobby. We broke down, the peonies were half, so I still have like 4 more of those left. And then I just used half of the pink and then all of the white. So we tried to keep the florals down, but see, this is what I'm saying. So because your florals are all attached, move the glue right here, they won't spin on the frame. So
Angie said, thank you. I've been waiting for a tutorial on the rings. I bought 10 at Hobby Lobby for 80% off during Christmas.
The rings?
Yeah, the rings.
So I know Michael's sells the rings in a 10-pack. So I want to say they're roughly like $3.50 for the ring by itself. But if you get them in the 10-pack, it's for the 14-inch ring, because I just pulled this up yesterday because the tag doesn't have the price on it. So I had to look them up to figure out what the cost was. And then it pulled up a 10-pack that you can get a 10-pack of the 14-inch for $2 each. So it's like 20 and change. So let me show you what it looks like on the door. And see, there's the back of that one. So what I did is I just added some, this is called, not lambshair, Dusty Miller. So I just took the Dusty Miller and put it over a couple of the bottom ones, so it stayed soft on the door. And then that's the back. of the one that we just worked on. So not bad.
Yeah.
And then it just hangs on the door, just like so. And then you can take all your greenery or your floral stems. Keep pulling the glue off. See? Use that one. And you can bend them. There's one. There you go. So what do you guys think? This was the short and simple class. So again, just to recap, get your ring, pull all your florals that you want. You're going to need some greenery. So you could use fern, you could use ficus, you could use the boxwood. It just depends on the look you're going for. I find the eucalyptus looks really nice. And then in this one, I used the Dusty Miller. So the Dusty Miller is like an imitation lamb's ear. It just has a different look to the leaves. So with spring, I have a tendency of like trying to get it more of a sagey green instead of a deep green.
I had it zoomed in a little bit so you can pick it up again.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, so these are the Dusty Miller leaves. They're kind of like lamb's ear. Lamb's ears are more oval. So these kind of have the little indents on your leaf pattern. Right. But I find that it looks better with the spring palette, a little bit more of a pastel, instead of say something like, I'm looking at my greenery. Like I think you can even get away with fern. Let me look at my fern. I don't want to knock the lamp off. But oops. You can incorporate fern. It just depends on what your look you're going for. These are again Hobby Lobby, and I save all of my greenery, even though I pull the florals off, because sometimes you just need a touch of something in a different color palette. Like, oh, I wish I had a lighter green. I have a big bin that's filled with leaves and just oddball greenery. So that's all I have for you for today. Just something sweet and simple that you can use. You can use your grandma's old embroidery, like hoops if you have that, because then you have the little screw on top. You could take the screw and put the screw on the bottom, and then you won't see that on the top. Or you could...
Or even on the side for you to use for your hanger.
Yeah, exactly. You can use that part as your hanger. So it's entirely up to you how far up you want to go.
You could. Some guy said you could make a bow up at the top and use that for a hanger too.
You could.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These ones I was just trying to keep it really simple. Not like minimalist simple, but more like, I don't know, springtime. My daughter calls it, it's a bohemian look. So just very little and an awful lot of greenery vegetation. So that's all I really have for you guys. Do you have any questions at all? Like I said, they have 3 different sizes, so you can go smaller and you can go quite a bit larger. But just remember, if you're going to make these to sell, watch the cost of your florals, because you can seriously get into, you know, spending $40 in florals, and then it's really hard for you to sell that at double that. So, any other questions?
What would the cost be?
These I'm selling right now are $65, and then shipping, because shipping is going to stay in a much smaller box, so they will actually go in a USPS, not priority box, but they'll ship in the US priority shipping. So I think shipping on these is $15 within the continental US, I believe. Because I always get people ask, what about Canada? I don't know. All right. Any other questions I can give you?
Oh, yes, thank you for doing this tutorial.
You're welcome. And like, I'm going to try to incorporate different designs with different things that we've seen. There's a whole bunch of new wreath forms that came out this year. So we're going to be doing designs on those as well. So it'll just give you more on your portfolio. So if you have a customer that says, hey, can you make that wreath for me? You know, can you make that wreath? You're not like, I don't know how. So now you know. It's super simple. Bundle them all together, lay them all out, then put them in bundles that are easy for you to manipulate. Slide them around on the wreath till you're happy, and then go back in and add your fillers wherever you want to add little touches. Private group, Sunday at 3. We are covering the back to basics again. So we're going to be going over the ruffle method. So if you want to bring materials with you to that class, just bring whatever wreath form you want to make, or just bring a blank Dollar Tree 14-inch frame. I'll show you how we wire it from the beginning, how we cut our mesh. Why would you use a ruffle method? So that you feel more comfortable when you're looking at a design and wondering, well, I don't really know what method to use. Because that's the question I get asked all the time, is someone will hold up florals like this and say, somebody wants this incorporated into a wreath. I don't know what to do. I want you to feel confident that you can go, oh, I have a couple options for you. So that's our first one. So we're going to be covering all the deco mesh bases. Then we'll go into grapevines. Then we'll go into evergreens. Then we'll go into other wreath forms like these, rails, swags, garlands, so that you'll feel comfortable that you could work with any wreath base. So, all right, I will let you guys go. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night, and have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.